Right, hey guys, how we doing? Back with another video from Mother's Basement. We're on another cult anime video. I think this is the last one he's doing, and it's called An Actual Cult Made This Avengers knockoff thing. I can't see the full title, but it's basically something along the lines. It's the same people that made all those other cult weird anime video things. So yeah, let's just get into it.
On March 2nd, 2023,
Be sure to check out my my Etsy shop as well and my Patreon page.
shaken by the sudden passing of Ryuho Okawa,
Who's that?
ninth earthly incarnation of the super space Buddha himself, El Cantare,
All right.
and writer/star of 9 incredible anime movies, the likes
Incredible.
of which I promise you've never seen before.
Cool. Alright, that was pretty cool.
I'm Helen Keller.
Truly, it was a dark day for all of mankind.
Okay.
However, that night became infinitely brighter when I felt the spirit of the Master take hold of me and impart the following message to the world he loved so much. Boy, I sure do love drinking delicious blue flavor gamer sups out of my sexy new cat girl waifu cup. But they have yet
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's the English dub versions. Like, I imagine that the subbed versions aren't as overly cheesy, maybe.
to see my greatest creation, the Laws of the Universe superhero trilogy.
Oh,
which I
okay.
personally co-wrote with the ghost of Stan Lee. Also, he helped me write a book about story structure
No way. Really? Oh my god, what?
and how space people are real. Hurry, Basement-kun, before the Japanese Diet can pass more anti-cult legislation. The people must know how awesome my movies are, just like you told them in your last 2 videos.
They're great as well. If you've not watched them, you should check them out. They're very, very good.
On an unrelated note, did I mention I only just learned fluent English after transcending my physical form?
My
Other
god.
politicians in U.S. are always afraid of criticism in the press.
Oh,
but
really?
why you can be so tough?
Criticism is a New York cheesecake.
What? Okay. Alright.
For me, every criticism will be my advertising because I'm strong.
Alright, yeah, makes sense. Cool, cool. Okay.
If you missed my last 2 roasts of the other 6 batshit crazy anime movies made by this cult, worry not. You need almost no prior knowledge to appreciate this new standalone trilogy. Though
Cool.
I did just drop a quick TLDR summary of Happy Science's
Bet that's brilliant. I bet that's brilliant.
history and beliefs and the plots of those other movies over on Basement Life for anyone who wants a primer or refresher that won't take 2 hours. To put it simply, Happy Science strives to be the all-encompassing cinematic universe of world religions and ancient alien conspiracy theories. So it feels appropriate, perhaps even inevitable, that they'd try to build their own cinematic universe to rival that of the most profitable cult on Earth, Disney. The Laws of the Universe, parts 0, 1, and Age of Elohim take all the things you
Wait, so they called it 0, 1, and then... Alright.
love about modern superhero blockbusters and enhance them through the infinite wisdom of El Cantare.
El
For instance,
Cantare.
Part 0, true to its subtitle, takes everyone's favorite bit of every superhero narrative, the origin story.
The origin story,
Specifically
yes.
the part where they're ordinary teenagers with no powers running around their high school, and stretches it out to fill over 2 hours.
No.
In all seriousness,
What?
if you want to thank me for watching these things so you don't have to, just feed a comment to the almighty algorithm or use the code BASEMENT to buy some delicious GamerSupps energy drink at the link below.
Okay.
If enough of you use that code to buy stuff, I may even get my face on a cup one day. And
That'd be cool.
I may be a touch biased, but I think after going through this, I really deserve it.
All right.
Especially for watching this first movie, where every time you think they're finally setting up a plot development, it's actually just a bait and switch for another exposition dump. And the only thing that
sounds so
happens
boring.
for the first hour and a half is a group of teenagers trying to prove that aliens are real for their class project while everyone bullies them.
Professor, if you really think this will is more intelligent than humans, then are you implying that it might be aliens?
Take us to your leader.
How random. Okay, that really tickled me. Don't make me on either. What?
Tom's kidding. I'm pretty sure aliens don't exist.
In case you're wondering, yes, that was Josh Keaton playing Protag
Oh.
Ray, and he's not even the only Spider-Man in this film. Yuri Lowenthal also plays his best friend Tyler. Also, their curly-haired comic relief buddy Eisuke is played by Sonic the Hedgehog Roger Craig Smith. And that's just the start of how shockingly stacked this dub is.
Yeah, 'cause didn't they get some big voice actors in the other ones as well? I'm remembering there were some big voice actors in the other two videos. Like, yeah.
But I digress. I am
Well, the other
worried that
6
clip
that
may
they've
have
got.
led you to believe that the background dialogue in this film, at least, is somewhat organic and believable. So
Yeah.
allow me to immediately dispel that misconception.
Why are you just now arriving to class? Natsumi will be fine.
Natsumi's his girlfriend's little sister. His little sister once they get married. Oh yeah.
For context,
Oh, yeah.
that teacher is mad at Tyler and Haley for being slightly late to class
Oh my God.
after his little sister, once they get married,
Hell
oh
yeah.
passed out in the lunchroom for no apparent reason.
Oh, yeah.
The teacher then goes on to yell at the entire class about rumors that some students may be attending a secret cram school, which we later learn is called the Genius School, from Eisuke secretly filming seniors talking about it in the bathroom.
Of course, the Genius School. Whoa.
Which is extremely normal behavior.
Yes.
Super organic plot device for introducing that exposition. Great job, writers.
God.
Anyway, cramming isn't allowed here because Nazca Academy is an elite college prep high school, and those kinds of places famously don't want their students doing any extracurricular studying.
That just sounds so bizarre. You'd want your students to do well. What?
Now, that may actually be the movie attempting to, like, gaslight happy science kids into thinking that every school works like their weird one.
All
But
right.
if it's not, that profoundly contrived rule seems to exist solely to justify the kids not going to their teachers about Natsumi passing out, since she also went to that genius school before it started happening. Instead, carrying on the pattern of extremely normal behavior, they ask Ray's girlfriend Anna's elementary school guidance counselor, Professor Yoake, to meet them in an abandoned clubhouse at midnight,
And he just goes, all right, cool, yeah, what?
where he extracts Natsumi's memories using hypnosis,
Oh my God, what is this?
revealing in the process that some classic Roswell aliens abducted her from the cram school and were about to do brain surgery on her before they hit some space turbulence and had to stop.
No, no. Oh, I love how stupid this is.
They've also done that same surgery successfully on other Nazca students,
No.
implanting them with microchips that give them photographic memories, but also jaundice, and of course, turn them evil. The next day, Professor Yoake shows up to give a surprise lecture, and Ray embarrasses himself in front of everyone
By
like
asking,
you saw
right, okay,
earlier,
yeah, yeah.
leading him to realize he's found the perfect topic for him and his friends to present in their creation studies class. Proving that aliens are
Exist,
real.
right,
Also,
okay.
they decide to call themselves Team Future, which will definitely help with the bullying. And Buddy's so excited to do all that homework
Team Future,
that he starts
yeah.
sentai
Oh my
posing
God.
in the quad,
All right.
which catches the attention of those microchipped students and causes them to do absolutely nothing
Oh,
until
okay.
the last half hour of the
Wow.
movie.
Wow. He looked evil. Like, the eyes and everything. It's like, I'm drawn to be the bad guy.
It does seem like they might be about to do something when Eisuke overhears them plotting a midnight meetup over summer break, and Tyler sneaks out to spy on them. But then, before he can catch up with them and film whatever nefarious thing they're doing, he's caught in a tractor beam and abducted. So that
course,
just
right,
goes
cool. Yeah,
nowhere.
makes sense.
And you might think the meeting was a fake out and the abduction is some plot about to actually finally happen, especially when he meets the group the next day wearing suspicious bandages and right-wing influencer shades.
Oh my God. Just screams something happened, does it? Oh my god.
But then he immediately takes those off, his eyes are fine, and it turns out he was grabbed by an entirely unrelated group of hot blonde aliens who took him to Pleiades to learn more exposition about the evil reptilians and how the gray aliens are actually just robots who work for them. Also, there's some stuff about how you can go faster than light if you pass through the spirit world, and in the middle of that giant exposition dump, the movie has the absolute gall to say this.
Too many details. Let's get back to the story.
Now,
Alright.
Tyler's friends are pretty skeptical when he tells them those blonde
my
aliens
God.
are good, actually.
I'm pretty sure you can't trust someone who just comes right out and declares how wonderful they are.
Something tells me Tyler wasn't thinking with his head.
Hey, come on!
Yeah, guys, come on. His little sister, once they get married's older sister, is right there. But speaking
Yeah.
of his little sister once they get married, it turns out Natsumi was also abducted by a third, unrelated group
This is so dumb.
of exposition aliens last night.
No way.
Men who took her to Alpha Centauri to warn her that the reptilians have
Okay, so we've got ape aliens, we've got reptilians, we've got the blonde aliens, we've got the robots. Cool.
agents in the militaries of America, Russia, and China, and also in their school's faculty for some reason. And when she says that those monkey aliens were innately good, everyone's just like, yeah, that totally makes sense.
But the
I
other
guess
one
they were
didn't.
just charmed
Right,
by
okay.
how much cuter the animation in that bit was. Also, both groups of aliens refuse to give the kids any proof that they exist for as yet unexplained reasons, so this scene, once again, does literally nothing to move the plot forward in any way. Anywho, fast forward to the day of the presentation, which for some reason is in the middle of the Culture Festival, and Team Future is raring to go, but
Yeah.
oh no, the reptilians ate their homework.
Oh my
So
God.
Ray's just gotta sort of wing it,
Wing it, yeah,
causing
okay,
everyone
cool.
in school to make fun of him again,
No,
and
not
the
again.
principal to yell at him. But just then, a tractor beam shoots through the window and brings the both of them to talk to the giant goat man from the Space UN,
What?
played by Jet Black himself, Bo Billingsley.
Oh, okay.
They've implanted an unknown number of humans with microchips.
Who shows them an alien transfer station on the far side of the moon and explains that the Galactic Federation Treaty forbids the Space UN from interfering with underdeveloped planets, which is why none of the good aliens from before could give them any proof they exist.
Sorry, would you mind explaining all of this? On second thought, I'm good, thanks.
However,
Wow,
there's a
okay, just don't give us any information whatsoever, just keep piling it all on.
loophole in the treaty where if enough human brainwaves resonate with alien brainwaves via the law of attraction, then they can interfere. And the reptilians are using microchips and their connections with various power-hungry militaries to make that happen for them, who are also power-hungry. But if the good humans can convince everyone on Earth to think positively first, then the Space UN can come in to save the day. But no sooner has that exposition been dumped than some bad aliens come to shoot lasers at their ship, and they have to send Ray and the principal back in time to before the tractor beam hit. So, in case you were wondering if any plot would be advanced by that happening, nope.
No.
Everyone still thinks they're crazy, except the principal,
My god, but at least we got that, eh?
who gives a big speech in his office the next day over a little Easter egg referencing the first Happy Science movie.
Whoa,
That's cute.
references.
About how he's seen the truth now and he doesn't need proof to believe it. This time, though, in a surprise twist, they actually do have proof because the Goat Chancellor accidentally sent Ray back with a moon rock, which they hid in the club room last night. But oh no, wouldn't you know it, the fucking reptilians got to that too.
No.
So, once again, the plot
No.
can't advance and the principal walks away. Still fully believing them, I should note, but not actually doing anything about the aliens in the school.
fine.
And because there are no signs of a break-in in this club room that presumably lots of people have access to, and also the window was open, Tyler suggests there must be a spy among them. Which
Oh, betrayal!
makes Natsumi very upset.
Suspicion.
I'm the one. I must have done it. I probably snuck out of the dorm late last night and then came here and stole the moon rock.
the only explanation.
I'm just a puppet for the reptilians now.
This then causes
My
Anna
God.
to yell at Ray, even though it was Tyler who started all that.
Not paying attention to the script whatsoever.
And she storms out saying she never, ever wants to talk to either of them ever again.
Oh, no.
This sets up a sad montage over an English language original Happy Science rock song.
Don't forget my love, it's still shining.
Wow, how cheesy does that sound?
In the bottom of the stream.
Yeah. Love it.
And then the next morning, they all just completely forget they were arguing, and they're all friends
again,
And
yay!
they meet up at the professor's lab to try out his new psychic space phone,
Oh my
which
God,
sends their souls up to the spaceship of an invisible talking bee-man who reveals that he's been piggybacking in Eisuke's body for years to learn about Earth. Which is pretty darn creepy, but
That's weird.
I can't fault his reasons for doing it.
Well, during my observations, I discovered I'm rather fond of your Earth-made cartoons. Japanese anime is especially good.
Yes, it is. It is. It's really good.
To answer your burning questions, yes, that is SpongeBob, and yes,
Oh.
he's been watching him masturbate.
Does that also mean you were watching me when I thought I was all alone? You violated my privacy!
I won't tell anyone what I saw.
Oh, that is so weird. No. Ugh, that's creepy. No.
The Bugman says he's taking them to Pleiades, but not the one with all the hot blondes. That's Pleiades 5. No, they're going to Pleiades
of course,
3,
yes.
home to an elite space university where they teach future space Jesuses how to give happy science sermons.
Right.
Then they immediately leave that university without getting or learning anything from it. Unfortunately, SpongeBob Thorax Pants isn't a very good driver in this universe either, so his ship broke down on landing and they have to hitch a ride back in a different spaceship,
Oh, of
which takes
course.
them on a detour to Vega. And that's apparently where Anna's soul is from. There it's revealed.
What? 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 What are they thinking when they write this, man?
Revealed in front of a series of
Whoa.
hideous CG backgrounds,
That is
including
bad.
this statue of a hairy naked muscle man.
Whoa.
That all of them are from other planets, actually, leading to even more exposition about the mechanics of happy science reincarnation, which, if you haven't seen my previous roasts, has some weird elements of prosperity gospel mixed into it.
You were an aristocrat in your past life. Seriously? Is that so hard to imagine?
Anyway, almost none of this barely disguised happy science preaching has any impact on the rest of the movie, or any of the other ones, but seeing their true selves does help the characters decide what they want to be when they grow up. Except Ray, who can't decide between JSDF pilot or cop, so that's something.
Okay.
And hey, when they do get back from their trip, the plot is finally ready to start happening.
The kids from the genius school. I'm afraid they're on the move now.
My God, no way. Plot development.
They're gathering everyone in the football field.
The microchip kids have Natsumi up on a stage now and announce to the gathered students that they're about to turn her into a genius by doing just the goofiest little dance to summon a UFO.
Okay, that just out of nowhere. Whoa. You just gotta make it spiky to make it look evil, and red and black and dark colors, and yeah, spiky equals evil.
But Team Future shows up just in time.
All
to make
right,
a
Team
pentagram
Future.
with their magic glowing soul marbles
Oh my
and
God.
send the scary black spiky UFO packing. And a nicer, whiter, much softer UFO from
Yay.
the Space UN takes its place.
The only reason we are here is thanks to the strength and integrity of Team Future, who has managed to form a spiritual magnetic field that has allowed us in at last.
The Goat Man and blonde Ushanka lady offer to make a pact with humanity so long as they understand how important it is to do science and spirituality at the same time, especially the spirituality part. But then the school janitor takes over the PA and reveals that he was the reptilian spy
All along, no.
And honestly, every line out of that guy's mouth is just iconic.
We know all about you and your agents in the American, Chinese, and Russian militaries, and
Jesus Christ, it's a lot. It's a lot of this. This is so much.
we're going to stop you.
The reptilians in America are no friends of mine. We are enemies. But we are smarter, more powerful, and much stronger than they could ever hope to be. Why can't you understand me? I am #1 in the entire universe.
Jesus Christ, calm it.
Now, our heroes may have the power of God and anime on their side,
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
but this space janitor has something even stronger. Legal loopholes.
The governments of Earth are requesting contact with the reptilians. Because no rules have been violated, the Federation is unable to intervene.
Revealing that the school was just a decoy and his true plan was to gather the Galactic Federation and Guardians of the Earth in one place to finish them all off.
Of course,
The janitor uses a space garage door opener to summon an even bigger, scarier UFO, which fires a beam of black energy at the ground that threatens to suck the entire Earth into the dark side universe. He reveals
the dark side universe. How evil. Whoa.
This weapon was lent to him by Dahar, servant of the evil god of the dark side universe. And that's not the only powerful ally he has on his side.
I am allied with the Chinese military.
Okay.
We'll seize power in Asia, and then our final plan, bringing down those horrid American reptilians, the bane of my existence. Then we'll be the winners!
After he's done talking,
There's so much going on. Like, what the hell? How do you even focus on where the story's going?
our heroes get sucked into the dark side
Oh
universe,
my God.
which looks pretty much exactly like regular downtown Tokyo, only slightly dirtier. Also, everyone is evil reptilians there.
My God.
So they're in big trouble. But then Ray remembers that he was that big, muscly, hairy alien guy from the statue in a past life and awakens to his superpowers. Finally, kicking off the only action scene in this entire superhero movie, 1 hour and 45 minutes in.
Oh my God, that is a lot.
It lasts exactly 4 minutes, and Ray accomplishes precisely nothing.
Oh.
Then a dragon just swoops in out
Nice,
of
of
nowhere
course,
to save
yeah.
them. Bringing them back to the school field, the dragon reveals that he's actually the teacher who yelled at them at the start of the movie.
What? No. Oh my God.
Who was a good reptilian all along.
Wow.
Then he tells them they gotta pray real hard to El Cantare if they want to get out of this mess. So they do, and he sends a big stream of god piss to wash away all the scary black CGI. Holy shit, this makes Quantumania look like a masterpiece. Though, with that said, the janitor...
Is Quantumania that bad? I haven't seen it yet. I want to go see it, but
His villain exit is just...
No! Converted reptilians! What is wrong with these fools?
Of course, an alien
Bye.
invasion movie wouldn't be complete without the guys who didn't do anything saying,
Our work here is done.
what did you do? What did you do?
And side note, the fact that that blonde lady is also a tentacle monster just never comes
Oh.
up again. And of course, a happy science movie wouldn't be complete without one of the characters given essentially a sermon for about 5 minutes while a bunch of fireworks go off and everyone sits around listening.
The hardest part of it all lies within us.
But perhaps most importantly, a superhero movie isn't complete without a post-credit scene teasing the true identity of the secret mastermind behind the scenes.
The President of the United States has a matter to discuss with you, sir.
Oh my God, what we got now?
Sir.
Excellent timing. I have business to discuss with him myself. Ni hao.
Spoiler alert, you're never gonna see that guy again.
Oh, okay.
They just wanted to fit in a little more racism. So I guess we should follow the movie's lead and just move on to Laws of the Universe.
Okay, alright, next movie.
One picks up several years after its prequel,
Ooh.
with all the members of
The
Team
time skip.
Future now pursuing their dreams at Nazca University. Anna's living with Ray and working on storyboards for film class. Eisuke's going for his teaching degree, but also he's become a super popular singer-songwriter who gets covered on the news because he had one viral video blow up. That's how that works. Haley's studying happy science textbooks for religion class, and Tyler's busy standing her up for dates as he works late in the UFO lab with Professor Yoake. Ray, though, is a little more troubled by the prophetic dreams that he's been having about a mysterious black knight stabbing him in the face, and still hasn't decided what his career should be. Tyler's really been riding his ass about that, because he feels like by slacking off, Ray's breaking a promise they made between movies, while Ray contends that Tyler's just wasting his time playing with gadgets. But
oh, they're all falling out, but they were all best friends.
before the argument about that can escalate, Tom Kenny creeps up on everyone to tell them the reptilians are invading again, and what's more,
it is truly the biggest fleet I have ever seen!
A fleet they're using to, I shit you not, abduct cows.
I can't wait for an explanation for that. Come on.
And not even farmers with shotguns can stop them.
Oh.
On a genuinely positive note, the reptilian designs have been greatly improved from the fugly Yoshi Cybermen we're used to seeing in these cult movies. Now we got crocodile men, duck-billed dinosaur dudes, platypus guys, saber-toothed tiger. I'm not sure these guys actually know what reptiles are, but that's not going to stop them from eating this screaming white lady and her kid. Luckily, not only does Ray have his superpowers from the last 10 minutes of the last movie, but all the other kids are superheroes too now, as the giant goat man so helpfully explains.
Do not worry. They've learned to utilize the Galaxy Force and have been using it for 3 years.
Wait, the Galaxy what now?
Okay, cool, yeah.
The Galaxy Force. It's the force that awakens you to the special powers.
Ah, yes, of course, that thing. Cool.
That you once had on the planet before coming to Earth.
Thanks, Giant Goat Man.
Explanation.
And, of course, they wouldn't be cool superheroes without their cool superhero names, such as...
Space Commander.
Nice, Space Commander. There
Absolute sanctuary.
Invisible Spear.
And we can't forget the coolest one of all,
White Knight!
Now, I could go into what each of these kids' powers do, but as you'll soon see, that would be a complete waste of time, so I won't. However, I will play this clip out of context.
I am just a freedom-loving rock and roller. No one can stop me now.
After White Knight and Space Commander have speared/punched the UFOs away, the reptilians turn their scaly tails and run. But while Ray thinks they should just call it a night since the enemy's already given up, Tyler disagrees.
Wait a minute, what are you saying? This is our chance to take out the big boss.
Unfortunately for White Knight, that big
the way he
boss,
keeps saying
who
it.
looks an awful lot like Nagito Danganronpa, has his own plans in store.
I think you'll be of more use to me than these ones.
See, under Happy Science rules, having any sort of bad thought immediately opens you up to demonic possession. And wanting to kill evil aliens to stop them from killing other people later still counts as a bad thought. So when Nagito hits him in the forehead with his evil black splooge string, unlocking his soul's memories of the reptilians destroying his home planet in Pleiades, White Knight gets a case of the evil jaws. And boy, El Cantare bless him, Yuri Lowenthal sure is trying his best to sell this scene, but there's only so much you can do with this script and these voice flags.
No, stop! Stop trying to manipulate my mind!
So Tyler turns in.
Good attempt, good attempt.
Into the Black Knight from Ray's nightmare at the start of the movie, and instantly becomes willing to stab even his own girlfriend.
Oh no!
Ray, of course, jumps in to stop his friend, but Nagito splooges on him to tip the scales of the fight, and then the exact scene from his nightmare happens, like 22 minutes into the movie, so I guess they're just blowing that whole foreshadowing load right away. Eisuke saves Ray at the last second by turning him invisible, and Nagito takes off with Tyler to enact the next step of his evil plan.
Love it, love it.
330 million years ago or 150 million years ago? Which time shall we head to first?
Okay, so we're just jumping right to time travel.
Cool, right? At least this one's not messing about. This one's like going straight into the story.
This is like if the MCU went straight from the first 30 minutes of Iron Man to the climax of Civil
War. Yeah, Jesus.
Then segued from that into Infinity War. Or maybe it's closer to the plot of Ape Escape? Anyway, when he wakes up in the space hospital, Ray's pretty upset about the whole thing, but the professor reassures him that Tyler's soul is still in there, waiting to be saved, because he only stabbed his friend to wound.
There was no lethal blow.
Thanks, Giant Goat Man. The blonde Ushanka lady seems to know more, but before she can say it, we cut away to the reptilian homeworld, planet Zeta, 330 million years ago, where Tyler appears out of nowhere to stab their Stargate and cause it to shoot this black ray into the ocean that makes the water appear in the sky like it's Inception. Then the reptilian queen, Zamza, who's just an absolute fucking baddie, turns into a giant dragon to fend him off. The fight looks pretty darn slick, all things considered, and buys time for her people to escape.
Cool.
But ultimately, she fails to stop their bootleg Xanarkand home from going the way of actual...
yeah, just like have a Final Fantasy X-esque kind of like look, yeah.
Xanarkand. Still, credit where it's due, they finally brought the CGI in these movies up to the level of a PS2 Final Fantasy, and I'm sure nothing we're about to see will make me completely eat those words. Speaking of eating stuff, Queen Zamza doesn't have the best anger management skills.
Who is responsible for this operation?
Oh,
Jesus, that
that would be me. How dare you?
Just when she's talking as well, so like it's as if her voice is activating the rock and roll.
Fool! I'm so sorry.
But nonetheless,
Whoa, okay.
Eros, one of El Cantare's angelic servants, appears to invite her and her people to take refuge on Earth. Meanwhile, back in the present, blonde Ushanka lady deduces that Nagito must be able to time travel based on how he said that he was gonna time travel, and
yes,
he's
you would
probably
assume
planning to interfere with the first incarnation of El Cantare, Lord Alpha. Luckily, the Space UN has its own time machine.
Thank God.
This is the universe disk. All of the cosmos throughout the universe and 100 billion years of time are all condensed here in this space.
Ray, of course, volunteers to jump back in time to save his friend, which is super duper dangerous because going that far back runs the risk of totally disintegrating someone's body and spirit.
Whoa.
After that, he has this dramatic sunset goodbye scene with Anna where she's all like, I want to go with you, and he's all like, no, you gotta stay back and protect the Earth in my place. Then he promises her,
you're the most important person in the world to me. So you know I'll be coming back.
Damn, this is so emotional. It's really hitting me in the feels.
And that's the last time he'll ever talk to her, or any of his other friends besides Tyler. Told you there was no point explaining their powers. Ushanka lady gives him a special time travel MacGuffin and tells him he absolutely cannot lose it no matter what, so you can guess what's going to happen.
I can. Yeah.
Then he prays to turn on the time machine, and he's sent rocketing through a series of Windows 98 screensavers into the first level of Sim Theme Park on PS1.
Huh.
Damn it.
Eating his words.
After wandering around the jungle for a bit, Ray runs into a dinosaur and almost gets eaten, but then a Na'vi shows up to save him with a bolo. Before they...
Oh, of course, cool, okay.
They can talk, though. Some pterosaur-type reptilians fly in to start an awkward fight scene, and, of course, after he's beaten a few of them up, Queen Batty makes her appearance with an absolutely flawless intro.
Out of the way!
It's Queen Zamza! Make way!
Did you do all of this alone? How interesting.
Unsurprisingly,
just don't stand anywhere near her, really, innit?
Surprisingly, this lady who punches her buddies just to punctuate sentences isn't much for talking to her enemies, so she and Ray have a fight, and she ultimately kicks his butt.
Nice.
Then her goons drag him before her, chanting,
Whoa.
Let me go! I don't have time to get caught up here!
Why?
Whew. Man, I don't ever want to get interrogated by those guys. Lucky for Ray, instead of removing his pants, she simply takes his time MacGuffin.
No,
so
he needs that, but he was told to not lose that at all. My God.
he followed that order for all of 6 minutes. When he reveals that he's come back to fight the same guy who blew up their homeworld, the reptilian goons start chanting enema even harder, but Zamza silences them with a declaration.
From now on, he shall be my slave. None of you are allowed to eat or kill him.
So, in case you
All
were
right,
wondering
cool.
if time travel counts as isekai, now you have your answer. And of course, now that Ray works for her, she immediately shows him affection the only way she knows how. Eros appears
Stay
and
down.
invites both of them to meet Lord Alpha, who tasks the two of them with defending Earth from bad aliens, such as Giant Scorpion,
Whoa.
Elephant Man,
Oh, God.
and Xenomorph in a tank top. At first, Zamza
Xenomorph in a tank top. Whoa, the deadliest of foes.
would rather conquer the Earthlings, but Alpha grows elephant tusks and beats her in a staring contest, so she changes her mind and they go off to save a group of red farmer guys from some saber-toothed tigers and pterosaurs.
Of course,
and
of
let me
course.
tell you, their team-up banter is just electrifying.
I see. So you're actually a good guy, aren't you?
Don't forget to remember your place, or I will devour you next.
I take back what I just said.
After the fight, Zamza
Nice.
ends up suffering something of an identity crisis because she doesn't think she's actually a good guy. So she does what any hot girl would do in that situation: zoom around listening to emo music.
Oh my God. Yeah. Depression.
And of
Why,
course, like he
why?
always does at
Damn.
people's darkest moments, Nagito appears to tempt her into turning evil
Oh.
with, I must say, a very compelling argument.
Did you know that the human's anima tastes really good? After one taste, you'll never forget the flavor. The ruler of this planet's in for a treat, having all of that delicious anima to herself.
Okay, look, I know from the subs that he's supposed to be saying anima, but he's definitely not.
So- yeah.
Nagito also appeals to her pride as a reptilian, though, and her indignation at having to serve the weak humans.
And we both know the strong shall rule over the weak.
Oh.
That is the ultimate rule of the universe.
But, as we see at a red people wedding the next day, that's not the only kind of temptation Queen Zamza's facing down
Nice day for a red wedding.
here on Earth.
Putting their mouths together. It looked like they were going to eat each other at first.
It's called a kiss. That's what people do. Here on Earth. It means I love you.
I love you.
Things finally reach a breaking
Oh,
point
no.
at the wedding feast that night when a human asks Zamza to carry their garbage for them. Furious at the indignity of it all, she challenges the people of Earth to a martial arts contest to decide who gets to be the boss. So, G Gundam rules. But before Rey can square up and fight her goon, Alpha's wife Gaia shows up to fight in Earth's stead. And of course she busts out the ultimate martial arts move, prayer, which
It's super effective.
causes a beam of light to shoot out of Alpha's pyramid and turn her into a sphinx. And Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie rules apparently beat G Gundam rules, so she makes quick work of the dragons by using String Shot, which is super effective. Wait, that's Pokemon rules.
I just
anyway,
said that.
Zamza doesn't take losing well.
Kill me. It must be only me that you kill, since I'm the one who lost.
But Lady Gaia declines that offer because happy science is all about love and forgiveness. and
Happy
junk,
thoughts.
Unless you're Chinese. And by sacrificing herself for her people, Zamza has finally started to understand what love really means. However, her angry, greasy, hairy right-hand lizard, doesn't agree with that segment and slinks off to become the third act's tertiary villain. The next day, he comes back to snipe Rey in the middle of a big speech about noblesse oblige, but Zamza takes the bullets for our hero.
Oh my
the greasy
God.
one then declares that he and the other reptilians are doing a coup and work for Nagito now, and suddenly Tyler appears on his evil flying surfboard.
It's about time we got back to this.
Leading a Walmart army of Mordor to attack the capital.
Oh, wow. Let's go.
Gaia creates a magic shield from her wings to stop them, and the giant pyramid uses string shot, which is super effective yet again. Zamza attacks the Black Knight and gets totally yeeted.
Yo.
But before she can be perma-yeeted, Rey arrives to finally smack some sense
Let's
into his
go.
friend. While they're busy punching each other, Greasy Face shows up to finish the job, but Zamza blasts his ass with a mouth laser, and some good reptilians show up a second later
Thank
to provide
goodness.
backup.
Backups
Rey finally
here.
manages to pin Tyler down and scream in his face about friendship, and while the Black Knight does manage to counter-hump his way out of the hold, he's too late to stop the ensuing flashback
Thrust.
seizure, which is followed by a vision of Lord Alpha that finally brings him back to his senses. And the film finally reveals exactly what the promise was that they made to each other.
The police force or the defense force? I'm not really sure which one is best.
You should become the Prime Minister then. So you'll be the one to give the orders, and the defense forces will attack the bad aliens with the UFOs I've built.
Let's unite our power.
Oh my God, what?
And protect this planet together.
Yeah.
Just become Prime Minister. That makes
That's
perfect
easy.
sense.
Easy.
However, their reunion is interrupted by Tyler ambiguously passing out or possibly dying, and Nagito appears to gloat hilariously.
Sorry, Zamza, but I've changed my mind. I've decided to take this planet for myself as well.
And even in the face of a reptilian army, he still has one last trick up his sleeve.
Oh, you need to knock it off! Because right now, it's the best part of all!
Oh my God. Whoa. He
Wait
turns
a
into a
sec.
spider?
That voice, those teeth, he's not Nagito at all. He's Nuxtaku. And he can turn into a giant spider?
That's great.
I just unlocked a new worst nightmare. Spider-Nux splooges webs all
Spider-Nux.
over everyone out of his suspiciously well-animated sphincter
Oh my
before
God.
moving in for the kill on Rey, but Zamza flies in at the last second to block his mandibles, freeing our hero, but sacrificing herself.
No.
Falling into despair at his failure to protect his friends, Rey becomes vulnerable to the influence of the splooge. But then Tyler's all like, no, I'm fine actually, I was just napping. So instead of being brainwashed, he has a vision of Alpha, who spends several minutes rehashing Happy Science history before explaining that Rey's true mission isn't to destroy the reptilians, but to learn about evolution and competition from them while teaching them about love and faith. Understanding this allows Rey to evolve into a golden glowing lion man who's too strong to be trapped by the splooge anymore, and he rips Spider-Nux's leg off before hammering him into a mountain. That only causes the villain to turn into an even bigger, uglier CGI spider thing though, and he uses the same Stargate laser that inceptioned Planet Zeta to turn half of Alpha City upside down. But then God just sort of pops out of his pyramid and stops that from destroying Earth, and finally faced with his true foe, the villain reveals the truth behind his evil motivations.
So here you are, the god of Earth, Alpha! Why did our universe have to be destroyed?
You know, that's a pretty valid grievance.
Yeah, I'd be
If
pissed
the god
off about that as well. Yeah, I'd be a bit angry.
asked that of said, that's just how reincarnation works, bro. I'd probably throw some CG particle effects at him, too. Unfortunately for Nux, Alpha is immune to CGI and has the power of the erase tool, so all his spaceships instantly go by.
What the hell? Unacceptable. I won't accept this. No way!
And with one last prayer, Rey finishes the big bad off by just sort of randomly zipping around him till he bursts into a jumble of polygons and implodes.
I like the voice acting on that though. That's pretty cool.
Then El Cantare waves his magic staff to turn the city back to normal. Hey, another thing it does. And then, inside his pyramid, he heals Zamza, so everyone gets to live happily ever after, and the movie has no consequences. After that comes the obligatory sermon scene in which Alpha says, be yourself, but also love each other, over and over in different ways for like 5 straight minutes.
Oh, wow,
And then,
really?
Finally, it's time to send our heroes home with a proper tsundere goodbye.
Well, even without you here, I won't be troubled by it at all. I won't be lonely either.
I could have even chosen to take you as my husband, you know.
Kiss. Hey.
Which could get pretty awkward with his girlfriend and all if they
Oh yeah.
ever appear in the movie again. So I guess it's lucky they don't. The post-credit scene is
Oh
just
my
a shot of
God.
Alpha staring at you, judging you, followed
Wow.
by a to be continued
Oh
card
my
that is a
God.
blatant lie. Stan Lee's ghost must have really wanted to start his happy science story with a fresh slate, because Dahar and Giant Goat Man are the only recurring characters to appear in the next Laws of the Universe movie, Age of Elohim, which we know Stan Lee's ghost helped write, because Google says so.
Okay.
Set 150 million years in the past, the movie opens in dramatic fashion with a big, evil-looking red meteorite hurtling toward the
My
Earth.
God.
While the CGI masses sail through the untextured CGI canals of Elohim City to take refuge in the untextured CGI temple of El Cantare's latest incarnation, who, as you might have guessed, is named Elohim. Outside, a brave army of humans, plus some anthropomorphic space bears and panthers, lines up to take their orders from a pair of blonde ladies, then hops in starships to defend
Alright.
the planet. Unfortunately, the Star Fox crew's lasers have no effect on the meteor, but just when it
No.
seems like all hope is lost, an armored angelic waifu flies in to smash the meteor up and
Sick.
save the day,
Alright.
causing the black splooge within to harmlessly dissipate over the city's barrier. Back on Earth, the identity of the mysterious waifu is revealed after a 1.5-minute long rock song plays over her walking like 10 meters to the palace.
God, that's awful. That is so bad. This is terrible. This is so bad.
Her name is Yaisa. Diel, Commander-in-Chief of the Galactic Federation, and she's been summoned by Lord Elohim to help defend Earth. After
Okay,
that dramatic
cool.
intro, we cut to a bunch of furries dancing in a field.
We never learnt why they were stealing cows in the second one. Was it the second one? Yeah, we never learnt why they were stealing cows.
Surrounded by bubbles for some reason in another 1.5-minute long insert song sequence. So I guess this one's sort of a musical. Okay, according to the song, these furries are praying to
Lord Heem of the gracious star Vega.
After the song's over,
There's so many different people that they're praying to.
Yaziel walks into Lord Heem's golden chamber, where he and his attendant tell her that she's been summoned to protect Earth by Lord Elohim, who's Heem's, like, reincarnation cousin or something.
Reincarnation
Then
cousin,
bestow upon
love
her
it.
A magic transforming whip sword,
Cool.
a magic crystal, and a magic mirror that turns into a Magatama necklace, Vega's sacred treasures. And she goes to Earth to blow up the meteor again from a slightly different angle.
Okay.
Then there's another 1.5-minute long insert song as she
No, I can't cope with these.
slowly strolls into the golden chambers of Lord Elohim, who kind of looks like Napoleon the Buddha, and there pledges for a third time to give her all to protect Earth. Okay, just to take stock, we are 19 minutes into the movie, and so far it has established that a meteor was heading for Earth, so
Mhm.
God summoned a warrior from Vega with a magic
Yeah.
sword to protect us. That's about it. Also, we watched the same action scene twice.
Twice?
All right,
'Kay.
before we pass judgment, let's just see what the next scene's about.
That meteorite was impossible to destroy with our conventional attacks. If I had to guess, I'd say it was some sort of meteorite bomb. That
Of course.
sword. It's the renowned treasure sword that's able to transform its shape. It's a legendary sword.
You know, I'm starting to suspect that perhaps Stan Lee's ghost did not actually co-write this movie. But whether or not he did, Okawa didn't let that stop him from doing the obligatory cameo.
First, we should bring it to Stanleyman for further
Of course.
analysis.
In their meeting with Stanley Man, who you might have noticed is quite a bit blonder than the Romanian Jewish guy he's based on. If you're new here, they do that a lot in these anime for some reason. He informs them that it will take him time to make weapons from the Crystal of Vega. However, by utilizing the extremely scientific technique of looking at it for 5 seconds, he is able to
It's the
deduce
Tesseract.
the treasures of Vega will only work for someone fighting for others' happiness or otherwise in the name of justice, which is convenient because justice is Yzael's middle name.
It's God's will to defeat evil throughout the land, and to promote his justice. I refuse to ever fight, if it is not in the name of justice.
That being the case, Earth's
Justice,
obviously gonna
justice,
need a lot
justice.
more soldiers like her to stop any future meteor bombs, so Blonde Lady A, Pungaru, asks Yzael to train their troops, which looks like it could be an uphill battle.
Look, she's just a little girl, isn't she? How's it going, cutie? Are you feeling okay? Isn't that armor heavy?
Yzael then disciplines that guy with her whip sword, and, you know, given how many times a tough lady has beat or tied up a guy in these movies, I'm starting to think the director might have a thing for that kind of thing. Anywho, the soldiers' current commander helps whip them into shape with some inspiring, charismatic words.
We are here to protect and serve our beloved Earth. We must be prepared and our resolve strong to rise up against any evil.
And their new commander responds with an equal level of charisma.
Vladimir, thanks so much. This is a pleasant surprise. I see there are some Earthlings I can talk to.
Wow, I'm just reading from the script. Yes, I have emotion. I am not a robot.
I appreciate it.
While them soldiers get to training, we cut away to Centaurus Beta,
Centaurus
the source
Beta.
of the meteor, where General Evil, a maniacal purple gorilla man with a chin equal to 3, maybe even 4 Thanoses, is complaining to Dahar, who I guess got better after being obliterated, that his plan failed.
I made a meteorite bomb with dark matter, but the Earthlings were able to destroy it somehow.
No.
Frustrating, isn't it?
Damn! I'm furious!
And reasoning that Elohim must have used his godly networking abilities to call in backup, the pair resolve to attack together, eventually, way later in the movie. Back on Earth, after another 1.5-minute long musical establishing shot, this time full of horrific CGI monstrosities
God,
like
this looks
these
terrible.
butterflies, Vladimir and Yzael go on a scenic walk to talk about how reincarnation works and how atheists are super dumb and evil. Then, when they get back to town, they're shocked and horrified to find soldiers enjoying their time off.
How dare you? No socializing.
What's the point of life if you can't have some fun?
Oh my god. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it. The director's definitely into that. But those soldiers really should have known that the only acceptable recreational activity is walking around talking about religion.
You
Of course.
are soldiers of God.
You have to pray.
And it's important that everyone sees you as heroes. Even in private. Consider your actions.
Their behavior so concerns Yzael that she goes to ask Lady Pungaru, how come people do bad stuff? And in response, she's shown a spooky Mormon hell dream.
Oh my
which spooks her
God.
so much that she goes to ask Elohim to give everyone a sermon on the meaning of justice. Before that can happen, though, the bad guys put a fuzzy drop shadow effect in the sky, and Elohim's troops must waddle out to meet them on the fields of Naboo. Earth. But while they were prepared for a phantom menace with Furry's bit, a torrent of evil black splooge that turns into spiders makes it a Starship Troopers with Furry's bit instead.
Okay.
Which they're ill-equipped to deal with.
No.
And as we all should know by this point in these movies, wherever there's evil splooge smoke, there's spider nucks fire.
Yzael, hello. What a surprise. Didn't think I'd find you on Earth in this day and age.
Dahar, I knew it. Of all the different types of people, I despise your kind most.
On arrival, Dahar tries to
bad
tempt
people.
the reptilians fighting for Earth with the same millennia-old speech about how the strong should rule over the weak, but Yaziel shuts him up by revealing that her magic mirror can turn into a Nerf Kamen Rider bike.
She transformed.
What the This is destroying my brain. Oh my god.
But how?
Jumping over the front line,
What?
she starts blasting away all the bugs with lightning and lasers and junk. But she fails to realize that while she's doing that, she leaves her own reptilian troops wide open to get splooged on by Dahar, who reveals that if they keep drinking and smooching ladies, the god they're fighting for is just gonna send them to hell anyway. So they all start punching each other, and Yaziel's too busy bug blasting to stop them. But just when it seems like all hope is lost, the clouds part, God turns on his spider delete beam, and a host of angels from Sagittarius descend.
Of course, of course.
You devil! Get away!
Get
Their
away.
leader is Master Amor, and according to the making of featurette on Happy Science's YouTube channel, he's apparently an even cooler and more powerful past incarnation of Jesus.
Of course he is.
Super Space Jesus, if you will. Together, he and the angels make quick work of the enemy horde, and inspired, the troops rally, chasing the dark splooge back into the equally terrible effect from whence it came.
They did it. Impressive.
Oh my god.
After that, the angels heal up the troops, and everyone heads back to the palace, where it's revealed that those two blonde ladies are incredibly slow on the uptake.
So you're saying that Dahar has been the mastermind behind all of this?
Oh my god. Yes.
Meanwhile, outside, Yaziel starts hitting it off with one of the angels, Michael, who explains that his twin brother Lucifer has learned how to turn the power of dark matter against their enemies.
Oh my
which I'm
god,
sure
here we
isn't
go.
foreshadowing any kind
No,
of heel
not at
turn
all.
in the future. Michael then uses that discussion of siblings to segue into a very anime pickup line.
Now that I think about it, it almost feels like we could be siblings too.
Then seals the deal by doing the sexiest thing either
Oh,
of
no.
them can think of,
No.
trading catchphrases.
I will defeat all evil and establish justice.
With the sword of justice, I will eradicate evil once and for all.
Yes. Justice.
Aw, look at Vladimir. He's jealous. Inside Elohim's chamber, the army leaders have a very drawn-out talk to figure out how to protect their troops from future brainwashing attacks, and the solution they arrive at is to gather the whole Space UN under a massive ceramic gold
Of course,
cube
yes,
for
get
an
the Space
even
UN in.
bigger, more drawn-out talking scene, known as
the Earth Conference.
It's the Earth Conference. The Earth
Ah.
So, what exactly are they going to do at this
Earth
What
Conference.
was it called again?
Earth Conference.
Thanks, giant goat man. So, what's the plan? Are we gonna draw up interstellar battle strategies, figure out a way to intercept the approaching fleet?
We must first consider what justice is on Earth in order to ensure that everybody is on the same page.
Okay.
Okawa sermon. Gotcha. Well, I'm going to spare you guys from watching even a summary of that. To make a very, very long story short, they get a bunch of aliens together to share their diverse opinions, and after almost 15 straight minutes of talking,
Oh my
they all
God.
conclude that it's important to have diverse opinions, so long as everyone worships the same God and does everything he says.
Of course.
Man,
Yeah.
Stanley would weep to know his name was on this script.
Jesus.
Speaking of, it's time for another cameo. In the Elohim Army's
Hey.
hangar, Stanley Man reveals
Stanley
to
Man.
Vladimir that he's figured out how to infuse Earth's weapons with fragments of Vega's crystal, which conveniently regenerates no matter how much you take off it.
They should be more than enough to counterattack against any enemy from space.
Of course, before the troops can use these powerful new weapons, they need to learn how to love justice and fight with a spirit of self-sacrifice,
Love
which
justice.
requires the rigorous training of staring into a magic mirror and then doing like 2 practice drills.
Nice.
Now we're a real team.
One more
Now we're ready. So dumb.
completely unnecessary insert song later, Thanos at home and Dahar finally roll up with their respective evil armies for the final showdown, which Michael assures us will be super serial.
This battle won't be easy, I am sure. It will be a deadly one, which we must be ready to die in.
Come on, bro. I've seen 8 of these fucking things already. You and I both know everyone's gonna be completely fine, except for maybe one guy who gets resurrected at the end anyway. Let's just get this over with.
Let's do it.
Battle Up in Space is every space battle you've ever seen in every sci-fi thing ever, which is just fucking sad knowing this director also worked on Cowboy Bebop. And as you'd expect, the fracas down on Earth is only saved from being equally generic by how completely batshit insane it gets. Like, we got Nerf Kamen Riders zipping around, zapping bugs, dudes turning into elephants and unicorns to smash shit up, and I guess Jesus was also an earthbender in his past
Nice,
life.
nice,
Though
cool,
that
yeah,
said,
yeah.
his power of preach no jutsu is far more effective at taking the monkey space marines out. Honestly, these bad guys are getting their asses kicked so hard and so predictably, you start feeling sorry for them.
They just...
Be careful! Those damn Andromedans are probably going to target the commander ship.
You're probably assuming that things will take a turn for the worse when Lucifer makes his extremely predictable heel turn.
Yeah.
Evil for evil.
What? Wait, is that acceptable?
But even though Dahar
No, it's not.
makes his most compelling mind control pitch yet,
I'm sure you understand, don't you? The strong want to dominate the weak and be on top of everyone.
kinky. Yazael's able to cut off his magic splooge before it takes effect, though, so that whole plot line's just sort of thrown out the window, and God keeps winning. Not even turning into a giant spider works this time.
No.
Like any good evil mastermind, he's got backup plans within backup plans. So instead, he just turns all his little spiders into one giant minotaur.
Of course.
Meanwhile, out in space, the good guys are just winning more. But then Thanos at home arrives to the party and Slave 1 at home, so it seems like maybe they might not win as much anymore. Spoilers, they keep winning. Down below, the Minotaur manages to do ever so slightly more damage than the rest of the enemy troops did, but it still goes down pretty easy after Yazael chops its Titan weak point. A little too easy, mayhaps, because it goes to grab her when her guard's down, and Vladimir has to jump in to finish the job, getting yeeted in the process, which makes Yazael so sad she doesn't even notice Dahar firing a starfinger through her heart. And with her definitely dead for real, no takesies backsies, he can finally turn his attention to soaking the city in splooge. With its protective barriers eaten away, he strolls right up to the palace, but Elohim still has one last line of defense, the blonde ladies. And they've got a trick or two of their own up their capes.
You're an eyesore, Hongaroo.
Oh my god, why is the music so bad? No. They transform into pandas. Alright, cool.
That's right. Your eyes do not deceive you. She is indeed a kung fu panda.
Wow.
Unicorn. And real talk, her moves are pretty slick, as are those of Blonde Lady B, who comes in dual-wielding flaming swords before turning into a Beyblade octopus.
Oh my
Honestly, this whole bit almost makes the rest of the movie worth sitting through. But all good things must come to an end, and despite knocking Dahar back in the most dramatic manner imaginable,
Oh my god, this is so painful. Oh my god. Is this actually how it goes? He hasn't edited this. This is so painfully bad.
the blonde ladies are ultimately unable to hold back the unyielding tide of spiders and splooge. And when that corrosive force reaches the inner sanctum of God himself in the direst moment in any of these movies, Elohim just sort of waves his hands and then everything's fine.
Right.
Like he
could have
done that at any point.
From the beginning, right,
Getting his butt kicked by the Unipanda, Spider-Nuts transforms into an even bigger spider horse scorpion thing.
What?
So to counter him, Elohim shoots a beam of light at Yazael's corpse, causing her to instantly resurrect as a giant mecha butterfly
Oh, God. Why? It's so...
thing. And her magic pollen instantly makes all the spiders explode and the splooge melt away. But we can't forget there's still a secondary villain up in space who finally has a chance to use his own trump card.
He was the one who told us about how the nuclear attacks will be neutralized inside of the palace unless we break the place's barrier. That's what he said.
But what about our allies who are still there?
Don't worry about them. They're merely pawns.
Wow. What a bad guy.
Just proceed.
From a dramatic low angle, which I'm pretty sure was just rotoscoped over the actual Thanos, General Evil fires the missile, which rockets toward the palace, leaving everyone on the ground frozen in fear. But then Elohim stops time, astral projects his way up into space, says, "Nuh-uh, blowing up the Earth is naughty," and then loops back to right before the button was pushed, and then Monkey Thanos is too scared to do it again and runs away, leaving Spider-Horse Scorpnuts behind to throw a hissy fit.
I can't believe you chickened out this far in. Damn it! What's wrong with all of you? You people are so useless to me!
While he's busy freaking out, as predicted, Super Space Jesus resurrects that one guy
Vladimir.
who died. Then the
Vladimir. His name's Vladimir.
To kick Nux' butt one last time in what one could charitably call a discount kaiju flight. Before he can be defeated for good, though, the villain flees into space, and Yaziel gives chase, never to be seen again.
Oh.
No, seriously, that's just how her story ends. The post-credit scene even confirms that she's just floating in space forever. And her friends are all like, yeah, rock on, girl. The movie's story isn't over yet, though, because of course we gotta do the obligatory 5-minute sermon scene. But also, before we can do that, we gotta wrap things up with the Sagittarius Angels. And by wrap it up, I mean cram in another out-of-nowhere 3-minute-long musical number, hallucinated by Super Space Jesus, about how Lucifer's eventually gonna turn evil one day, then his brother's gonna kick his butt and send him to hell, where he's gonna turn even more evil. Which I guess counts as tying off that subplot. All things considered, the last 3 Happy Science movies are very not good.
Yeah,
just like the previous 6 and that one short film they made with Kill Annie. And it's a lot of fun making fun of them for how wacky and weird their movies are.
They are so bizarre.
But it's also important and kind of scary to remember that these films represent reality for a not insignificant number of people around the world. Nowhere near as many as Happy Science claims, but still quite a few. People who've been brainwashed and...
Yeah, like, this is, like, what actually happened to them, isn't it? So strange.
Tricked out of their money to support the production of these egotistical disaster pieces, and many more terrible live-action movies that I might get to one day. Not to mention the cult leadership's lavish lifestyles. And a lot of kids have been forced to grow up watching these movies and attending creepy, controlling cult schools like the ones presented in them.
In the films,
I could just move on and say that evil has been defeated since Okawa's dead, but it remains to be seen how and if the cult will restructure.
Yeah, how it's going to continue. Yeah, interesting.
What's more, their influence doesn't stop with the degradation of anime as an art form. Happy Science has surprisingly close ties to the Republican Party through the former leader of their own failed political party, Jay Aiba, who's been a regular face at CPAC for years and even helped found the conference's Japanese branch. And they're just one politically active cult out of many. The Epoch Times, a propaganda rag widely shared by conservative pundits and politicians the world over, is owned by China's Falun Gong. And conservative leaders across the globe are likewise tied up in the dealings of Korea's equally shady Unification Church, as was revealed when a victim of their scams did that thing to longtime cult ally Shinzo Abe last year, which, to current Prime Minister Kishida's credit, has resulted in some regulation of cult activities and fundraising in Japan, though even those efforts have been curtailed by the LDP's coalition partner, Komeito, which is the political arm of a much more successful anime-producing new religion. Organizations like Happy Science hold a lot more sway than many folks realize. realize. And unscrupulous politicians have shown time and again that they'll happily expose their own bases to cult propaganda and recruitment efforts in exchange for the power and funding offered by their zealous followers.
Madness.
So always be wary of what leaders you put your faith in. And always remember, you can totally trust me, your friendly neighborhood anime pope. By the way, we hold meetings every Wednesday in the alley across from Chez Garbage, where we talk about the day the
Chez
almighty Truck Sama
Garbage.
will deliver us from this hell world unto our righteous, legally distinct from Dragon Quest rewards. Also, we offer free drinks to anyone who brings a GamerSupps waifu cup, so get yours with the promo code BASEMENT
Nice.
in the link below. I'm Jeff Thu, professional Isa-cultist, wishing you all the
Isa-cultist.
waifus in the new world. Or husbandos. We're a very inclusive cult. I mean, not a cult.
Absolute madness. Those films are absolute madness. My brain is destroyed from that, but that was definitely worth checking out. Damn. Yeah, make sure you check out my Etsy shop for t-shirts and hoodies that I've designed. And thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, link in the description of the Patreon page. $1 a month / support channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for that. And thank you all for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you're ready. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. I'll see you guys next time.